Hello guys, this is Lee from Venture Electronics again. This is our second mini episode before our real deal, and today we're gonna talk about our runabout. Well, it's a portable amplifier. It's hard to say. Maybe not portable. It's more like a crossover. Doesn't mean it's huge, too big to carry around. That's why I call it crossover. No, we call it a crossover because after selling more than 300 units, mainly inside China, we get some feedback from our local fans, and well, they love it, but they wish we can let them use it as a desktop amplifier because it's powerful, and they find it to be very nice with big cans. Some of you might have read a lot of reviews on our RA on HiFi. Well, I would say it's the reception is not as positive as the Zen 2.0 or the Monk. I think it's a mixed review. Well, I respect every single one of them, the reviewers who put their time and effort in making this review. But let's just say, high fidelity hobby, this whole thing is I think it's very personal. Eventually, you're gonna come down to what you need instead of what the market is mainly offering. Our RA, if you are looking for a very compact amp, I would say it's not the smallest on the market. And if you're looking for a budget amp, we can find a lot of them cheaper in that category. If you want to find something easier to use, I would say, well, most of the amp these days can be charged with your cell phone charger. That's not what we are about. We are a brand with the main focus of, sound quality. That's our thing. And, well, it's very hard to explain to those who have never heard of them because I'm not very good with technical stuff. I have my boy KK for that. I actually tried to translate what KK wrote. It's a lot of technical stuff like 3-channel active ground, or the component he selected is very nice, so it lasts for a long time, blah 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 blah. If you are buying an amp, you're looking forward to improve your sound, right? So let's talk about the sound then. Sound is a very subjective thing, and luckily for me, if you are listening to this, chances are you already have the Zen 2.0, or you are tempted to buy one. To put it simply, the RA is the equivalent of the Monk in our amp section of the business. The portable amp is not something everybody uses. So the RA is something unique in the market. The reason we call it the Monk in our amp sector of the business, because of course it has a very good CPR. The RA, again, it's a crossover between portable amp and desktop amp. It's not that big. RA Plus is like 3 centimeters in thickness. I don't think it's much of a difference, and it's very light. So what's the main difference? I mean, when it comes to sound, they are very different. The RA Plus is aiming, of course, for our Zen, deliver the best sound the Zen can possibly deliver. And then it can be transferred into a desktop amp. So I would say this was confident. For this kind of price, you cannot get a better portable amp in sounding. And I think even you want to compare them with desktop amp, there are very few that you can actually, come near to the performance of our RA Plus on power supply. So this is ideal for those who have a portable DAP and thinking of try out the amp. So normally you have the dilemma of which one to buy. Should I buy a portable DAP? Should I buy a portable amp, which is smaller but not as powerful, not as nice sounding, or buy a desktop headphone amp that is big, cannot carry around? And to be honest, headphone amplifier market is a lot more chaotic than the earphone market or the DAP market, because it's not hard to say if the amp is good, because we will have different kind of source, different kind of a guy using iPhone and Feel X7 can definitely not give you the same answer about how good an amp is, or the amp that designed for the high Z cans cannot be necessarily good for the low Z ones. So there's a lot of different things you're gonna weigh in and measure the amp. So on the headphone amplifier market, it's a very small market to start with. Then you have different kind of players. And here I want to say, if you are into BA IEMs, that is those under 6 drive is easier to drive. Those under 3 drive in each year is relatively easy to drive. If I were you, I would stick with DAP, just the DAP, or something like VO-E12A, or the AUNEB1. Those are ideal for those kind of situation. But if you want power, then you come to us. We offer you the best power with the most black background you can buy, because we don't do DC to DC voltage boost. Because once you do that, the background is not so black anymore. You have all kind of different, interference. You have background noise. Then you gotta filter them out. So along goes the music itself. You're hearing, yes, a more powerful sound, but with the cost of the detail, which is the price I'm not willing to pay with my gear. The RA Plus is something that we are aiming to be a very unique piece of gear in the market. We want it to be awesome for guys who are just starting up this hobby, and mostly we want to show you how much better the Zen 2.0 really is, because the Zen 2.0 is very demanding, and normal DAP will not deliver even near enough power. So we are going to, of course, at the beginning of the sale, offer our currently the Arsula 2.0 and Zen 2.0 owner a big discount on the RA Plus. So you can tell me how much of a difference it make. So this indirectly answered some kind of question from you guys, why the Zen is high Z. Because be honest, we are our aim is to be a high-end brand, and we designed the Zen to pair with our Runabout Plus, or of course Runabout 2.0, and we want to introduce our version of high-end to this community in the form of, mostly for now, headphone amplifiers. May it be desktop or portable, doesn't matter. May it be designed based tube-based or solid-state based. The tube-based amp that we're designing is mostly for the high Z cans. There will be balanced ones in the future, and the solid-state ones we are designing is for those pioneers mostly, and the high and low Z can, of course. Then, of course, we will be introducing high-end electrostatic amp as well. So this is our you can say it's bread and butter, or you can say it's our ambition. We want to be the best, simply the very best in this market. The reason we didn't sell them internationally for almost a year is because it's amp is something. I think the amp is something that we need to test, at least locally, so we can fix the error easy, if there is any. So with 1 year of sale, the only thing we fixed is we replaced the charging circuit with the ability of using external power supply. So with the new Runabout coming, the Runabout 2.0, which is not a budget one anymore, $358, which is the same as our Zen 2.0 Black Edition. So it's no longer a budget one anymore. We figure it might be a good time to sell them internationally. The RA Plus. The reason we call it RA Plus instead of RA 1.0 is different with the Monk, because by calling the RA Plus, so we can tell which one is the we can use, which one you can use with the external power, which one you cannot use with the external power. So to be honest, why I keep saying the external power? It's very simple math. Normally you get a 9 voltage battery. Some of them is very good ones by the Power EX or Power US. They are 9.6 volts in voltage, and some of them are, I think normally is 8.4 in voltage. It's like a little bit difference, but the sound is very, very different. I have a fan from China actually even wrote about them and say, oh, the battery, the special kind of battery we bought in China, different brand though. You can this I don't think it's even sold outside China. It's called Soul Shine. There's a black edition, and it's so much better than the 4.8.4 volt ones. So imagine that, right? So you can hear the difference between 8.4 and 9.6. Imagine when you put on 18. When you put on 18, you literally double the input power supply, the input voltage, and of course the sound will be very different. Even of course, given, to be honest, the external power supply will bring a little bit of background noise depending. Well, it is very little actually for this kind of small power supply, but there is some. It's not as clean as a battery, but I think in this case but it's so much less than what you get with DC to DC boosting. There is no need to filter anything. You can even use the 32 ohm monk on them without being disturbed, if your source is of course clean. So so the 9 voltage battery power supply is always a better mean compared with the external one if you want a clean sound, but the external one is so much more powerful. So imagine every review you read about run about 1.0, you can expect them to be doubled with the external power supply. And on top of everything else, for the first week of our sale RA Plus, even it's not expensive, we'll be giving a big discount to all the guys who have or want to buy the Zen along with RA Plus. So even the RA Plus is not so expensive. It's actually very reasonably priced for, considering how good they can be. The RA Plus is internationally sold for $98 shipped either with e-packet or AliExpress standard shipping. We want to show you how good it can be. If you have some faith, let us. Of course, then there's something called RA 2.0, which is not so cheap. It's $358. It's same as our Black Edition. I think it is the best and most powerful portable amplifier on the market. You can be assured that the RA 2.0 can go as high as 24 volt in power supply, and it's using 2 9 voltage battery, so you're getting 18 when it's on battery, you're getting 24 when it's on the linear power. It's using pretty standard DC 005 kind of connector, so you can easily find something that is suitable. Of course, will be a free power supply unit will be given for the RA Plus and the RA 2.0, even though it's only a 18 volt power supply, but it's ultra tiny. Of course, the RA 2.0, as you can see from the picture, is very fucking nice. It's the casing is curved from one brick of aluminum alloy, and it's well, I just say you can really see the improvement in our design. Even for the looking, it's not like we don't care about the look. When we have limited budget, the first thing we want to cover is of course the sound quality, but when we can, we'll of course move to the next sector, which is how distinguished it looks, and lastly the name. So by looking at it, I hope it bears some kind of resemblance. Okay, I don't want to be sued here. I'm just saying, the runabout is inspired by Star Trek. As some of you might know, I'm a hardcore Star Trek fan, and that's why the amp, the portable one, is named Runabout, and the desktop one is named Enterprise. So I hope CBS won't be putting me in jail for this shit. Hold on a second. Yeah, I'm in China. So, till next time, guys.